Namaskaram. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling with the mantra and life, and how has life transformed for you? Good, good. Lot of positives we are seeing in the group, and thanks to all the volunteers who have stepped up to support the sadhana and all of you. So we are coming very close to the culmination right now. It's a very rare thing. Even Sadhguru is like Sadhguru doesn't offer mantra sadhana very often. There's a couple of Mahashivratris he actually asked us to do, but that's about it. So it's very good to hear from all of you, all your experiences and all of that. Uh, so let's get straight to the culmination aspect. So what you do on that particular day is you wake up early, you wake up before the Sandhya Kal, and try to finish your Mula Mantra Japa outside, outdoors, just like the way you're doing all this while. Aditi Hridayam, waiting for the sunrise to happen and finish the Mula Mantra. And then you have to come indoors where you have your Hanuman photo or the space you dedicated for Hanuman, and you'll be doing this at this point. So what you have to do is from your side, you just have your Hanuman photo or the idol or the small statue. You have different people have different representation of Hanuman, and that is fine. You have it. You make sure you have diya. Okay. And if you're comfortable, you can have Devis and Sadgurus also along with Hanuman. So you'll have, for simplicity, I'm saying, so you have the photo of Devi, you have the photo of Sadguru, and you have photo of Hanuman. You have diyas in front of them. And make sure if you're going to have the three photos, you light up three different diyas for this very particular event. Okay. Rest of the time, one diya might do. But for this particular event, please have separate diyas for each of the deities. And then you just sit. Once you are there, at this point, you have the option to do Guru Puja and Devi Sadhana, which is Devi Stuti three times minimum, and then followed by a little Dhupam Deepam offering to Hanuman. So after you set up Hanuman, Devi, and Sadguru, after you do your offering, so obviously you can do anything of your liking. You can offer flowers, you can offer fruits, you can offer more food that you can make as Naivedyam, as an offering. You can do all of that. You be ready with that. You can offer payasam. Payasam is this rice kheer, right? So rice based any type of sweet dish, you can make it. The simplest one we do is payasam. Payasam is nothing but rice and jaggery without milk, preferably if possible on this very particular day, right? Jaggery and rice are important on this day. So you can offer the payasam separately to Devi and Hanuman if you're comfortable. So that is something you could do. And optional is, and this is an option, it's not compulsory, that you could offer food to at least nine people on that particular day. So the way culmination goes is, say you go through the culmination process, you offer food to nine people. That means you're doing annadanam to nine people, and then you'll have your first meal. Right? That is the best. You should have five coconuts just in case two of them go bad. Right? We'll go over the coconuts, how to offer and everything, but you'll be breaking the coconuts and you'll be offering the coconuts to the Panchabhutas. That means you leave them outdoors. And if you're living abroad, if coconuts are not available, and then you'll be imagining this process, that is okay. So you'll be doing this Manasa Puja where you'll you'll be imagining few things. You just imagine breaking the coconuts and you make a trip outside the house. Okay, because after you break the coconuts, you have to leave the coconuts outside and you have to leave in such a location where you don't go back to it. It's gone. You will not ever turn back again because that is the offering to Panchabhutas. You don't turn back to see what is happening to it. So leave it like that. So if you're living abroad and don't have access to the coconut, you still have to imagine that you're offering coconut and you still have to take a plate. And this can be a disposable plate or this can be a piece of paper also. That is fine. You carry the paper outside and just leave the paper outside as if you're offering the coconuts to the Panchabhutas. And again, if you don't have coconuts, you can offer some jaggery if you have some jaggery, if that is available. And as far as the dress goes, on that particular day, it's always good to wear something in cotton, lighter colors or saffron color. Saffron is like the sindoor color, the orangish color. That is the best. White is also good, and lighter colors are good. Okay. Please do not wear anything dark on this particular day, and please wear cotton. When you break the coconuts, you don't consume it. Please offer it to Panchabhutas. That means you just leave it outside. Okay. So that is one thing. You don't even offer to anybody, no family members, no annadanam, nothing. You offer it to Panchabhutas. That's one thing you have to make sure for coconuts. Okay. So, is the process clear and simple?
So you said like I have to have coconut, and that day I will break the coconut when you will instruct us, and I will
Correct.
leave it outside of my house,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. You will be leaving it outside
Including
to.
the water, right? Coconut water, right?
So one thing, yeah. So when you break the coconuts, please have a plate or something so that it doesn't fall on the floor. And then
Mm-hmm.
with the plate, you just
Mm-hmm.
leave it outside.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
water
Just
also.
outside of my apartment or house, right?
Correct, correct. So if you're living
Oh,
in apartment, it should be outside the building, because no,
outside balcony, in my balcony,
outside
is it
balcony is
possible?
also fine. Yeah, it should be exposed to nature.
Oh, that is fine. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Thank you, Anna.
Thank
Namaskar.
Namaskaram.
Can we
Sarojana.
leave the coconut and the water on the roof?
Yes, yes, you can leave it on the roof also. That is fine.
And do we need to put it on a plate or do something or just on the ground?
So if you feel it's an expensive plate, you can use disposable plates also. That is fine. But leave some plate.
Okay, Anna.
Yeah.
And the water also,
Water
or
also.
we pour the water on soil or something.
So water can spill on the soil. That is fine. Just make sure the coconuts are in the plate. That
Okay,
means
Anna.
if you're living on the terrace, water can spill on the ground, and that is fine. But if the water is in the plate also, that is fine. Either way is fine. But the coconuts, make sure they're staying in the plates.
Okay, Anna.
Thank you. Pallavi,
So, Anna, I have one more question. So, like, so how long the coconut will be like that outside, like in my
uh,
balcony, or how many days, or
it's a
what should
very
I
good
do after
question.
that?
So
Mm-hmm.
you choose a place where you don't have to ever pick it up again. So it's best to
Oh,
leave it outside. But balcony again, if you have it in the balcony, you have to move it outside again. So
yeah.
thanks for the question.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a combined terrace, at some point some crow or something will pick it up. Maybe I'm just guessing. But
Mm-hmm.
leaving it outside is the best, and you don't care who picks it up. It could be human beings also. That is fine. But make sure it's left out to the open to the bhutas.
Oh, I will never touch it, right? Or my family member or anyone won't touch it ever, right?
I mean, if you have to
Oh.
move it again, you may have to touch it
Mhm.
again. But
Yeah.
besides that, don't consume it.
Okay. So after how many days I can move it? I can leave like that. And after how many days, if I have to move it
If you have to, any time occur, that is fine.
after culmination?
After culmination, you will be leaving it outside, and say you're
Mm-hmm.
leaving it in the balcony immediately, right? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
later when you get time, maybe next morning, if you want to move it outside, you can move it outside. That's fine.
Oh, I can put it to the drop it to the water.
Yes, that is also fine. If you have a running
Okay.
stream, that is fine.
Running stream, right? Okay.
Yes,
Because here I cannot leave it on the just like that. In North America, I cannot leave it on the street like that. I'll be
correct.
questioned. I'll be asked my other
Yes,
people.
yes. If you're living in an apartment, that is a problem. Yes, that is fine. Yes, Akka, no worries.
Okay.
You can offer
Okay.
in the
Thank
water.
you.
Thank you, Akka.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you.
Pallavi,
Namaskaram, Anna.
namaskaram, Anna.
Anna, so I have a follow-up question regarding the coconut. The plate afterwards we discard it, like uh,
Yes,
like
Anna.
we.
So, yeah, so you may use paper also. That is fine. Something to hold the coconut. That's all.
Okay.
So you can use
No, I.
disposable plates also. That is fine.
Regarding the food, so like I'm not sure. Like I can't get the 9 people, but can I like offer the raw like rice or dal, and then next day I can donate it to the temple? Is that okay?
Yes, Anna. So I think someone else had just asked. So if you cannot do Annadanam for 9 people and all of that, that is the best possible scenario. The second best, like you said, is you can donate to some temple or some charity. And then once the donation happens, you can have your first meal. The third option is, I mean, donation is still optional, right? I mean, it's not
Oh,
compulsory,
yeah.
offering Annadanam donation. So if you could do the
Yeah.
donation, you may do it. That is fine. So this is how it works. So, there's something called Naivedya and Prasadam, right? Naivedya is something we offer to the deity, and we say once the deity tastes it, or they have it, we can have it. So what happens is in that process, once we have it, when we are having it, we call it Prasadam. That means the deity has energized and gave it back to us, basically. So in this case, we are offering this to the Panchabhutas, like all the 5 elements of nature. And there are so many Devi Devtas that we cannot see. There are so many subtle beings, right? So when they come, we are trying to do Shanti for them. That's all it is in some way. So because we've gone through 40 days of Mandala and they have really not messed with our sadhana much, right? They supported our sadhana in many ways. And these are the beings we never acknowledge. So this is a small ritual just to offer something back to them. So that's why how much ever they want to eat, if they want to eat, it's up to them. Our part is just offering. If you are touching it again, it's saying that we are trying to take it back from them. Once you offer something, you don't take it back. So that is the intention. This is the minimum. So whatever we're prescribing here, whether it be sadhana or consecration, that's the minimum. You can do more than that. That means you can do more than 9 annadanam. You can do upvas for 24 hours. And you can do ramnam for all day. Just take a break and do. So everything you can expand on it. But this is the minimum we are prescribing.
When you were talking about the subtle beings, I felt something yesterday. Like I did a double at work yesterday, and I was so drained when I was leaving work. And then as soon as I entered my house, I just felt this support of energy. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, if it's because I'm doing sadhana or maybe it's Davy, but I just felt so like nowhere else. I just entered the house and then this upliftment, and I was able to do my Davy sadhana and everything before I went to sleep. And the support that you're talking about is truly is there.
If you're donating to an organization, so the minimum is at least it has to feed 9 people. That's all. You can do
Okay,
multiples of 9. So say, for example, you feel like feeding 36 people. That is okay. For the same
okay,
organization, that is fine. You don't have to go to multiple.
okay,
Yeah. So 9,
okay,
18, 27, 36, any multiples of 9, if you would like to feed, you can do it.
okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Anna. Namaskaram, Anna. One thing we keep thinking about is we use our logical mind to think that it has to be of some use to somebody.
Yeah,
It's
right,
not, it
right.
doesn't
Yeah,
work like
yeah.
that. So for you,
Okay.
your job is just to offer. And again, depending on the laws of the country, if the laws of the country allow you to just leave it in the park, leave it in the park. After that, it's none of our business. Whatever happens, the Panchabhutas will take care.
Hmm.
Certain beings will take care how to take care of it. If it goes into the dustbin, it's not like they have no access to dustbins.
Okay. All right.
With our physical body, we have challenges, but they don't have any challenges in accessing it anyway. As long as your intention is correct, right? You keep them with the right
Okay.
intention outside when you offer it. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Apka. I have a question again. So you said like we have to have 3 to 5 coconuts, right? And we are going to break only one, right?
We'll be breaking 3 coconuts mostly. Uh,
Oh,
5 is just to make sure if one of them goes bad or something. So maybe for everybody's benefit, what does going bad means is if you're not familiar with coconuts, some of the coconuts will come spoiled inside actually because of the environment
oh.
they've been traveling because they're not grown. If you're from the coconut region, more or less you'll have good coconuts. But if you're not from
Mhm,
there, like even within
mhm,
India, I'm saying like you're not from the coconut region, so we get coconuts from very far away. So
mm,
because of heat, right, some of them will actually spoil within, and when we
mhm.
break it, you get rotten milk and all of that. Different varieties of
Oh,
coconuts we can get. So when
okay.
you get that, you don't think twice. You break the next coconut available.
Oh. And
Okay.
that the rotten one will remove from that offering and put it
That's
to
okay. No,
trash?
no, no, no. You can just let it be. Wherever it's going, you just let it be, but you break the next one properly right away without thinking
Oh,
about the rotten one.
so at least three coconuts should be the good one, right?
At least 3 good ones should happen. One
Okay,
correction, the
okay.
rotten one, please keep it separate. So only the good
Oh,
ones you offer.
oh, the rotten one I can throw it to trash,
You
right?
can throw it in the trash, yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Namaskar.
Namaskaram. Lalita Akka?
And another question is there any dress code and is there any specific
Ah,
dress we
thank you
can
very
wear?
much for the reminder. So, everybody, please, the best option is obviously if you wear dhoti of some sort, like in cotton. And for those who don't know dhoti, that is fine, but wear some cotton clothes on that day. Try to avoid any sort of chemical, polyester, anything like that. Wear cotton at any cost. Okay. So, so women also. So first preference would be if you're comfortable with sari, you wear cotton sari, or you wear something cotton. That's all.
Okay. And Anna, like you said, 3 photos and 3 diyas separately and Naivedjam. Anything else, Anna, other than that?
Beyond this, it's all up to you, Akka. If you want to offer flowers, if you want to do more, everything
Mhm.
is, yeah, you can expand on it. That is not a problem. But this is like minimum we are suggesting. That's all.
Okay.
Incense you can offer, right?
Mhm.
You can cook more food also if you're comfortable, right?
Mhm.
Different types of offerings you can do. So
Okay.
anything you do with that intention, that is fine. So
So all
minimum
all
offering
the
is
offerings.
5.
Okay. So when we are offering, so we need to offer for all the 3 separately, like for Sadhguru, for Devi,
Yes,
and
yes,
for.
yes. If you're doing the offerings, you do it separately.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Anna. That's all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
Namaste.
if you, Namaskaram, Akka. If you're initiated into Guru Puja or if you've gone through the Guru Puja class in the ashram, then you can do Guru Puja. That itself is an offering for Sadhguru. Beyond that, if you want to offer, that is fine. Okay. So some of you may have decided to culminate at the Sankat Mochan Hanuman at Pranav Kshetra. So these are some of the things for you. If you choose to come, please let us know at least 1 day or 2 days in advance so that we can prepare for your arrival. But yeah, you'll also, if you do end up culminating on site at the Hanuman temple itself, one of the options is to you'll get to learn the simple aradhana and how to take care of basic temple premises and things like that. It's nothing major actually, because for sadhakas taking care of temples, it's much simpler compared to how it happens at the regular temples. So it's an option available for us. It's good to culminate here also because now you have an opportunity to serve Hanuman. So I'm not saying that you cannot do it from home, but doing it here will have a uh, different energy because it's consecrated. So it's a different energy altogether, right? It's an opportunity and a possibility. So this is something you can do if you're choosing to culminate here. Please, the same rules will apply. Cotton clothes. So the best is dhoti. If you don't have dhoti, that is also okay. You can have cotton pants. So any of the kurtas and pajamas, everything is fine. It has to be cotton. That is the key. And please bring everything with you, whatever you need. So we are in a somewhat of a remote place. So whatever you need, personal things, please bring everything. Food will be provided. Accommodation is taken care of. Besides that, whatever you need, like your yoga mat, your blankets or whatever. It's not. It's summertime right now. You need not cover yourself too much also. But please bring a sweater. Just be extra cautious and bring some of the items what you take to ashram normally if you go for a general volunteering. Okay. So color of the dhoti, so color of the clothing as white as possible, as light as possible. So there are only certain processes where black is used. This is not that process. So we can go with sindoor color, which is the orangish color that that Ram likes, and that's why Hanuman covered himself with sindoor uh, in Lanka. But that is the best if you could. White is also good, or any lighter colors are good. You can do light yellow, light green, orange. All of these colors are good. Please avoid darker colors like blue, black, dark green. Okay, I'll take up just a couple of questions. Yeah, Shivanga Dhoti is perfect for this. It's the right, about the right color that we need. So yes,
Thank
Anna,
you,
for
Anna.
everybody's benefit, there's Isha is selling coconut breakers. Um, so Sadhguru tried breaking our heads, and if that's not possible, we'll at least break coconuts, like symbolically. Okay. Thank you, Daniel.
Sorry, Anna. I just want to say something. I just want to thank you for this opportunity. It, uh, like you don't know how much it means to me that you offered this to us, especially when coming into Isha. Like, it's been a beautiful ride, and just I'm speechless. But thank you so much for everything you're doing, and thank you for this opportunity. One day I'll be able to come and see the Hanuman temple as well as the Devi temple and just volunteer. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Namaskaram, everybody. Thank you.
Jai
Namaskaram.
Shri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Hanuman.
Namaskaram.